What's the one thing a horror loves more than anything else? I'll tell you what it is. It's when something comes good on its promises. Something's as good as it says it will be. You buy a good thing and it's good. Love it. Go up the woods with Vinny, right? In the dark. And what I take with me is my head torch. And I also quite often take my Maglite. So the head torch casts a wide beam. And I think that's 300 lumens, which is how much light it gives off. But it's only got a 50-meter range. Okay, so it's nice and bright, but for a short distance. And it's a very wide circle of light that it gives off. But also, if you've got it on 300 lumen, upright on 300 lumens on its top setting, high beam, with both turned on, it can only sustain that before it overheats for like 3 or 4 minutes. And then it drops back to, I think, something like 170 lumens. And then you can knock it up again later, but it needs to cool down. But it's not sustainable. So you get a nice high beam, right? And that's not bad. You can see deer's eyes and, and stuff in the woods, but not that far away. You can just kind of make them out. So I take that one as well. It's an LED, which at the time, this was like the current model. It's bright, it's brilliant. It takes 2 D cells, which are the big chunky batteries. It's got an on and off. That's what it does, on off. And I think it's 168 lumens, which doesn't sound very bright, but it's got a 400-meter range. So although it's not very bright, it pushes that a very long way in quite a narrow beam, because you can focus it. So you're getting 400 meters of 168 lumens, and it's bloody good. So I can have that on my head for lighting up the area around me. And then when you catch a deer's eyes in the distance, you turn that one on and use it as a searchlight to light up the deer. Brilliant. Really, really good. So always take that one with me. But, well, no, there's not a but. Not really. It's fine. But anyway, Maglite brought out a new version. This is the 1st generation LED, which at the time was amazing, because I think the previous one that had a bulb was like 60 lumens and had a range of 200 meters, which was already good at the time, right? So they brought out a new version last year, and I've kept looking at it. I've added it to my basket probably 5 or 6 times and then not bought it. But I did earlier this week, because why the fuck not? So I bought that one, which is the new version. It's the Maglite ML300L, I think. Is that what it's called? Yeah, ML300L. There it is. And it is 4 D cell batteries. And it's a fair bit longer, but not double the length. I've just taken it out for its first excursion in the woods, looking for deer. And it's amazing. There's a dog, there's a dog. I just wanted to show you this, right? It is 1002 lumens. And this thing is like fucking daylight. It is insane. It is absolutely insane, the beam on this thing. It goes 511 meters. Look at that. I bought it for spotting deer down in the woods. And it's good, this, right? Because you've got one button with 3 different settings. So I've got high beam, click it to off, 2 clicks, medium beam, click it for off, and low beam. And I would say that my existing Maglite is probably a little bit less bright than the medium beam. And I'm still probably being a bit generous. It's somewhere between the two. and it's been perfectly good for spotting deer. But this thing, look at that. It is mad. And I've got it, I'll just focus it in my hand with it tucked under my arm. Oh, look, there we go. So you can focus it to a beam, a single beam, or wide. So if I go single beam, and you can shine that 500 meters. Another quick test. I'm on the long bit of path here, up the woods. You can just about pick out the viewpoint up there, which I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'd bet, not 50 quid, not that flush, but I bet 30 quid, or certainly 25, that my existing Maglite wouldn't be able to pick that out on, you know, I've only got one setting on my current Maglite. This is on medium. If I turn it off, if I find the button, it's the only thing I'm not 100% happy about on this one. I can't feel the button with my thick gloves on. Ah, there we are, look. Look at that. There's been a lot of shooting, which I think is why I've not seen anything. But I've just, oh, it's just moved. I was going to say I've just spotted a pair of eyes. But look, this is what I used to be stuck with, which is by no means poor lighting. Oh, did you hear it? But this is what we've got now. There it is. You can see its eyes. Can you see its eyes? Reflecting back at us. It was a bit further up a minute ago and it's moved back into the woods, but there's also, I think, another couple over there. It's been very quiet on the deer front this evening. You normally see them down here, but just down in the fields here, there's been some shooting. I guess that's driven them away. I'm going to zoom in using my nose. It's down there. Oh, there you go. Look, you can hear the shooting. You can see its eyes, but it's hiding in the bush there. Oh, no. Can you see its eyes between the trees? Let's see if I can move around. There it is, look, you can see its head. Look at that, look. There it is. There it is, look, looking at us. There you go, hop, 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 hop. Yeah, look, there's another one there. Another one there. What they do is they just stand there and look at you. And they think, has he seen me? Is he coming my way? I'm not sure. I'll carry on standing here. And it's not until you start moving towards them that they start disappearing backwards. Like he's moving off. Oh, look at his. There you go. There they go. There it goes. Cooper's going to go and investigate. Coop, come here. Good boy. Lost him straight away, didn't you? Yeah, well, bloody good torch. So the thing is, right, didn't need a new torch, but do use it quite a lot. So, you know, get your money's worth, right? But in conclusion, this thing's a game changer. This thing is really good. And I was trying to think of an analogy whilst I was driving home from the woods. And I think I've got it, right? You drive a fast car. Maybe it's your car. And you think, this is a fast car. And then you get in a faster car. And you know, maybe it's that you've bought a faster car, or you've borrowed a car, or you're sat in someone else's car, but you drive in a faster car. And then you think, fucking hell, this is a fast car. And then you get back in your car that you thought a moment ago was a fast car, and your view on the world has immediately changed. It's been recalibrated. Your car's not a fast car, and it never will be ever again, because there'll always be a faster car that you know about, that you've experienced. And this one is that faster car. I got out of my car, started walking into the woods and turned this on. And I started laughing because I've never seen the woods light up like that. And there are much more powerful, much brighter torches available. This is 1,000 lumens, or 1,002 or something. But there are much brighter torches available online. And I could have bought a torch that was 15,000 lumens, or one that was 3,000 lumens. But the difference is, all the others are 3,000 lumens or 15,000 lumens for a little bit of time, like the head torch, and then they drop back. So you get 15,000 lumens for 90 seconds, or you get 3,000 lumens for 5 minutes, and then it drops back to 600 lumens or something. It can't sustain it. Whereas I've had this thing on high, on 1,000 lumens, for 40 minutes walking around the woods. And I could have carried on. I think it's got something like 6 or 7 hours battery life on full whack. And if you put it down on its low mode, I think it's 18 days of continuous torchlight, which is astounding. Good thing, right? I like a good thing. 100 quid. Well spent.